Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Palmer. Today we're going to talk about empathy and communication, leaders and allies. So without further ado, let's get started and move right along into our lesson. Let's take a look at this picture. Now take a look at the quote. John Quincy Adams says, "If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader." So let me ask you this question. Who was John Quincy Adams? Well, he was the 6th President of the United States. He was nicknamed Old Man Eloquent because of his powerful speeches against slavery. I would like you to begin thinking about this quote and what kind of a leader you think John Quincy Adams might have been. As 8th graders, you are now the oldest in the school. As the oldest, you have the power and the opportunity to decide to be positive leaders by how you act, how you treat others, what you say it, and how you make others feel. How do you think the younger students at the school see you? Well, they might look up to you. They may also notice what you do. And they may also look up to you in terms of how you act and behave. And most important, they learn about middle school from you. So today we will be talking about how you can make a difference as positive leaders in your school. Now let's think about what John Quincy Adams might have had in mind when he said these words about leadership. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. I would like for you to do a partner exchange with a family, friend, or someone that's close by to you. And I would like you to do the partner exchange about the day-to-day things you think that John Quincy Adams had in mind. A partner exchange is a quick way to have everyone in the class think and then talk about a question. So with your partner, your family member, or a friend, I want you to talk about a specific question that you see here, which is, what kinds of day-to-day actions do you think John Quincy Adams had in mind? As you had some time to talk and to reflect and think, what is one example of something you might do every day that John Quincy Adams might have had in mind? Well, you may have identified that it's about how you treat other students, or how committed you are to your schoolwork. It could be about your participation in school activities and events, your school spirit, your attitude and behavior during sporting events, the way you treat your teachers and other people, and how honest and hardworking and how kind you are. These day-to-day actions are characteristics of good leaders, and they can truly make a difference for you and for other people. Let's watch some interviews with students talking about how older students make a difference by reaching out to them when they were younger.
I remember at one point this older guy who we knew each other's names, but we hadn't really met. We weren't friends. He helped me out because I had a problem with Enquire. We keep our music in a certain folder and we go and get that every day. And I was panicking because I didn't know where to get it and what do I do with it afterwards. And he helped me by calming me down, showing me and telling me what I do. And that really helped.
When I was in 7th grade, I was walking to my class, and there was a big group of 8th and 9th graders standing in the middle of the hallway, so I had to kind of get through them to get down the hallway to my class. And they're big 8th graders and 9th graders, and I was a little 7th grader, so I was kind of scared. And I was like, excuse me, pardon me, trying to get to the hallway, trying to get to my class. And so I, pushed through the group, and they're like laughing at me because I was trying to get to my class on time. And they're like, oh, we can be late. And a little 7th grader trying to get to her class, run away. And then somebody that I knew out of the group, she was like, hey guys, don't knock it off. And she said hi to me. And I was like, why? And she was like, don't listen to them. Don't worry about them. I was like, thank you. And yeah.
When I was in 7th grade, an 8th grader helped me out. I was looking for my classes. She saw me holding my schedule, and she came up to me and said, do you need help? And I was like, yeah. And I told her my class and everything. She's like, oh, it's around the corner. And so she helped me. She walked me there and everything. So it just made me feel a lot better. The school is all respectful and everything.
It was an older student. I was having a really tough time in my life at that point, and they sort of took me in, and it just really helped me out. I gained so much more self-confidence because they treated me really well, and it made me feel like I could help other people. And I have been able to help other people because I have more self-confidence.
How did these students feel when the older students had reached out to them? Let's talk about that for a moment. Well, they may have felt relieved, glad, connected, thankful, more confident, and probably even less anxious. We just heard some students remembering how older students reached out to them when they were younger. So now we're going to take some time to do a group exchange. In the group exchange, I want you to think about when you were in the 6th grade and what it felt like to be the youngest in the school. Take 2 minutes and consider these questions. What memories do you have of being a 6th grader? And how did it feel to be a 6th grader? As 8th graders, you have more power in the school than most of the younger students. You might feel like using your power to tease or intimidate other younger students, as you may have been teased or intimidated when you were younger. But as 8th graders, you also have an opportunity to decide to use your power and position in the school in positive ways. Let's watch some interviews of older students telling how they use their power in positive ways. While you are watching, I want you to think about what might have caused these teens to take the actions that they did.
When I stand up for people who are being bullied, I didn't have any intentions for it to benefit me, but I've learned that it kind of gives me leadership ability. It gives me the title of being a role model material. Oh wow, she really has ownership. She really has courage. She stands up for herself as well as other people. It put me above people who were childish and acting corny and bullying other kids. It made me feel better because it's to know that I'm helping someone else, and to know that I do have ownership. Yeah, it does feel good.
When I was in 8th grade, I'll use that example. 5th graders, even 6th graders, they would come into our school just to use the band room, whatever. And the older kids, 8th graders, it would always make fun of them, and I'd feel bad. I was like, hey man, that's not cool. We used to be just like them, And so then I would just go, say, hey, don't let that go. It doesn't matter. He's just kidding, Don't let that ruin your day. Move on.
By then I was older, and I felt like I was in charge of the school because I was an 8th grader. And there's a lot of 6th and 7th grade boys messing with each other and being tough and pushing each other around and like yelling and stuff. So it's just like being older. I think it's, if you're an older student and you see that happening, if you say something, even the smallest thing, it could prevent it for a long time for them not to do it again.
Empathy is the ability to identify, understand, and respond thoughtfully to the feelings and perspectives of others. How do you think empathy might have helped these students decide to take action that they did? Well, they remembered what it was like to be younger students. They may have thought about what it would be like to be in the other person's shoes. And they may have thought about how they would like to have been treated. Remembering how it feels to be a sixth grader or even a seventh grader, and acting on that understanding in a positive way with younger students is showing that you have empathy for them. Going to get together with your partner or a family member or a friend and discuss the questions that are on handout 2A, and then write down the answers you come up with. First, you'll talk about what you've learned since you were in the sixth grade and that you wish you had known then. And then you'll write down 3 guidelines for sixth graders. Please feel free to reach out to sixth graders that you know and share the successful tips that you wrote down with them so that they can benefit from it. Today, we talked about how you are the oldest students in the school and have the opportunity to choose to be positive leaders in your school. Do you remember what it felt like to be the youngest in the school? Well, this is an opportunity for you to change that experience for others by being a leader. Being a leader means that you're able to empower others by how you act, what you say, how you say it, and how you treat people each and every day. Being in 8th grade is the perfect time for you to step up a notch and demonstrate your ability to be a leader. Let empathy be your guide as you strive towards being the best leader that you can possibly be each and every day. This concludes our lesson today on empathy and communication, leaders and allies. Next time, we will explore different ways on how we can make a difference as we continue to engage in school through distance learning.